Hello, world. Welcome to Rex Arthur TV. This is the Rex Arthur Show where we discuss LGBTQ issues with an LGBTQ approach and an LGBTQ perspective and a humanistic approach in an LGBTQ plus planet where each and every one of us belongs to the one letter in the sexual alphabet, the 10th sexual alphabet, LGBTQIAAP. And today we are coming to this topic called multiplicity of identity systems and identity systems and their nature in the 21st century. And I came up with this topic because as I was discussing last week in one of the videos about identity and the systems that are there, this topic came to my mind, and so I decided to come and talk about it in depth. Now, what do we mean by identity systems? First of all, you need to know that everything in the world is a system. Yes, everything in the world is a system. You have the nasal system, and you have the ocular system, you have the skin system, you have all of these are systems. What is a system? It's an arrangement of things. It's an arrangement. And everything in the world that exists, whether seen or unseen, as long as it exists, because air is not seen. Not all air is seen, but it exists. And that's a system. That's why you have the weather system, and you have the wind system, and you have the gas systems. Oxygen on its own is a system. It's made up of very many particles. That's why you have the subatomic physics, you know, because an atom can even be split into very tiny, minute particles. And even those particles can be split into something very small, very extremely small. That's why nanotechnology is a top science in the 21st century, because anything that is a thing can be split. You see? And that's why the nuclear bomb is the most powerful bomb, because it is it is the splitting of the atom, which is very small and therefore very bound together, so that when you tear it apart, it is very explosive. And that's how it is. And as I've told you, there are now even subatomic particles. Remember the God particle, Higgs boson, whereby the minutest. And what I'm trying to say is all of those minute things are systems. All of them are systems. Now, why is that very important for you to understand? It's because everybody has an identity. Gender identity is a system. There's the male system and there's the female system. And there's the lesbian system, there's the gay system, there is the transgender system, there is the masculine system, there's the testosterone system, there's the estrogen system. So, and then there's a black system because your skin is black. And then you have the white system, then you have all of these. Then you have the lawyer system, and then you have the doctor system, then you have the psychology system, then you have the pastor system, and then you have the eunuch system, then you have the poor. The collection of the poor into a system, because a system is defined. You define the particles or the features of a system. That's what creates a system. It's an arrangement of things. And a system can have two things or even one thing. So now, why is this topic very important? It's important because we are living in a world that is, first of all, never forget where we are right now as a world. We are actually in very chaotic, confused times. Yes, evident by the chaos that is seen in very many, and we've always been in chaos for your information. It's just that now it's more complicated and more soft. And because of, like, you see what's happening in America, there's a shutdown. Contrary to what people think that it can't affect, it's affecting, because certain people will not be able to get their paycheck, so they can't get their paycheck, so it will affect. The longer it takes, the more effect it will have on the economy, and then it will be a problem. So you have to understand that's the world, and the world itself is a system. We are in one system called the world, and then the country you live in is a system, and then the city you live in is a system, then the house you live in is also a system. Everything is a system. So now, when it comes to identification, the problem we have with identification, human identification, is that we have very many features, and therefore we have very many systems. Now, very many systems meaning we are, like, when you look at me, I have very many systems. The skin color system, there is the hair system, there is the eye system, there's a nose system, there is, all of these are systems, and there is a sexual system, sexual identity system. Now, when you have an ID card, this is why when the ID card was made, they focused on the face, because the face captures majority of the most important parts in the body. Have you noticed something beautiful about the face? It has, I think, all the senses in the whole face. You see, sense of smell, that's the first one. Sense of taste, the tongue. Sense of sight, the eyes. The sense of hearing, the ears. How many are those? Smell, taste, sight, hearing. And sense of touch, the skin. The skin is a sensory organ. So we feel with the skin. We don't feel with the hands. Contrary to what we used to, in school, we used to learn that touch had to be done with the hands. No, you don't need to touch with the hands. The reason why you touch, it's because of skin. So what does that mean? It is actually skin that is a sensory organ and not the hands, as we were taught in school. So it is the skin. So the whole face carries everything. It carries all the sensory organs in the body. Unbelievable, but true. Now, so when that's why when you go for your ID or passport or any identification document, they capture your face because they have captured you. Imagine if you have an ID that is there. You know, I mean, who is that? I mean, many people can wear that, but when you have a document that has this, the face, everybody will know, yes, this person is familiar. We've seen him from somewhere. And now with technology, actually technology has changed and it's going to change very many things, including identification. Remember, clones are there, twins are there. Twins are the natural cloning system of the world. And so you have your twin brother, you have your twin sister, and you look alike like them. And then you also have, now clones are there, and sometimes you don't even have twins, sometimes you have triplets, you have quintuplets. Very many things are happening to the identity of humankind. And then we also have genetic similarities. People are, you know you notice something about humankind, and the thing about humankind is the thing of humankind is that the same people from the same genetic pool tend to look alike. Yes, they tend to look alike. So we are now being put in clusters because of genetics. And that's why most whites belong to one genetic group, That's why most blacks belong to one genetic group. And that's life, that's nature. So nature is diverse and hence divisive, because we are different. Like, look at the animal kingdom. It's diverse, but it's divisive because of the diversity. A lion eats an antelope because it is not a lion. That's what you need to know about animals. Their diversity is a double-edged sword. Even our diversity is a double-edged sword. Diversity can be used to kill us or to keep us. That's what you need to understand. That's why America has racism, high levels of racism. It's because it's a diverse country. The racism is very low in countries like Finland because diversity, it's a homogeneous population. So there's no way racism can be high. Imagine having a country where only ants live there. How will they fight each other? They can't. But imagine you have ants living together with chicken, and then living together with grasshoppers. You see that diversity? And then these animals, they kill each other to survive. They have to eat, so they eat the ant. So the ants have to be aware and protect themselves from the grasshoppers, which will come and eat them, or the chicken. So you see, diversity that brings the division. So, and that's in the animal kingdom. In fact, the animal kingdom, they are not in control of their diversity. We as humans, we are able to control our diversity. What do I mean by controlling it? We do not fight each other, even though we have realized we are diverse. We can choose not to fight each other. Because the animalistic way of living is to fight the one who doesn't look like you. That's the animalistic tendency. But the humanistic tendency is to work together even though we are different. Do you know that's why man domesticated some animals? It's because some animals can help him. See, the donkey, it helped very many people carry burdens, goods. A camel carries goods. So man had to domesticate these animals to help him out. Man had to domesticate dogs. Yeah, to help him to keep security, you know. So that is what we do. And why did man do that? It's because he's man. He's highly intelligent. He's an animal, but he's a very intelligent animal. And so even now when we are in diversity, we have to learn how to live together. We know people are different, like men and women, they are different. And there's no equality amongst a man and a woman. Yes, that's true, because a man is not a woman. But it doesn't mean they can't live together in harmony. Yes, it takes conscious effort. A gay man is not a straight man. But it doesn't mean they can't live together in harmony. They can. A gay woman is not a straight woman, but it doesn't mean they can't live in harmony. They can. That's why we always say we are living in an LGBTQ plus planet. Yes, everybody is either lesbian or gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, questioning, asexual, allied, which means straight, pansexual. Everybody fits anywhere in any of those letters. And we are to consciously live together in that diversity. Even in religion, there is diversity. Yes, there is diversity, even in religion. And what's supposed to happen, you're supposed to live in unity. Even as I'm saying, in religion, The angels, there are different kinds of angels. Different. But they all work together. That's why I don't believe in a bifurcated world. Bifurcation is war, warfare. Us versus them. I've left that philosophy. I believe we are in a hierarchy. I am more pyramidical in my thinking, that the people of the world, we are in a hierarchy, whereby, and what does hierarchy mean? Hierarchy is very mathematical, because the top of the pyramid or the hierarchy is a very few people, and the bottom of the hierarchy is big based. But thanks to virtual art and virtual thought, you can even have a pyramid. You can draw a pyramid whereby the base is big. Yes. And the apex is big, is wide. And the bottom is what do you call it? Is small. You can draw it. Theoretically and artistically, and therefore virtually, that's true. You can even have a pyramid that's upside down and it's standing when you draw it or paint it. But but the what do you call it? What do you want to say? But realistically, it may not be easy, but it can be easy. You can actually build what do you call it? A pyramid that is upside down. Yes, right now, thanks to mathematics, you can actually build, but it's rare to find one like that. That's what people need to understand. Now, so basically that is what you need to understand about the world. And the world is that diverse and is a double-edged sword. Now, back to the multiplicity of identity systems. So when you have an ID card, like now, the problem we're having with identifying of people is that people belong to very many clusters. They look at your skin color, they look at your age, they look at your all of these details, your sexual orientation, they look at your economic status, they look at all of these things, they put them on the list, and so you wonder, when we have an identity card, I mean, who are you? You're all of these things. So you find somebody is a Christian, then he's a Protestant, then he is belongs to the Baptist church, then he is in a liberal Baptist church, and all these details are listed down. And then after that, economic standing, he's earning this, then he has jobs from all of these places. So this is why AI is going to be our worker, because the details are too many. The details are too many. And for humankind, imagine one human being has over 1,000 identity clusters. 1,000. Yes. And naturally, we have more than 1,000 identity clusters. You belong to more than 1,000. So imagine having an ID card that has all of that data. That's why the ID card is an identification system that will not last. Already, in Sweden they're using the chip system because it's easy they're just doing it because of security, not even because of to know who you are. Why do they want to know who you are? But some countries need to know who you are. Yes, because when you have data, knowledge is power. The more data you have about something, the more you can plan about it, and the more you can take care about it, the more you can study about it. So that's where we are, the multiplicity of identity systems. Now, let's continue to, now I want us to go to another thing still connected to this, then we'll end the video. I was now asking myself something, that what is going to happen? What type of systems do we want to have in the world? Do we want to have, and when I was thinking like that, knowledge is light. That's what you need to know about knowledge. Knowledge is light, knowledge is science, and science is truth. Therefore, if truth is science and truth is knowledge, and then knowledge is light, so truth is light, then deception and lies are darkness, and or not darkness necessarily, but there is absence of light. Now, when it's absence of light, then absence of light means no truth or no knowledge, and not necessarily no truth. It's the because it's the lack of the ability to know what is there or what happened. You see, witnesses are the light bulbs in the courtroom. If you have a case and you have no witnesses, it's gone. The case is dead because the judge is in darkness. He needs light, and the only light comes from the witnesses. You know, the only light comes from the witnesses. So that's why that's why witnesses are very important in the courtroom, and that's life in everything. So now what am I trying to say? The systems of this world are going through crisis because we do not know whether we should employ a transparent system. That's what I wanted to talk about. A translucent system or an opaque system. So you see, this is why fake news is a very big phenomenon in the 21st century. It's because fake news is dark news. It is deception. It is a lie. And a lie, as I've told you, is the absence of light. And so fake news is like, like remember, there was one time I told somebody that Billy Graham is still alive. And so I said, no, Billy Graham is dead. And he wasn't dead that time. So I laughed and said, wow, it's very easy to make fake news. You can actually tell people that he died long time ago. Yes. And this is what happens when you talk to people. People tell you lies. They tell you so and so is dead. This person died and all of these things. And then, but it's not true. It's fake news. It's absence of light. When somebody lies to you, it's absence of light. They know you don't know that thing. And this is what's happened. That's why sexual identity is in crisis, because people don't know who people are sexually. Yes. Children are born, but they never check whether they are internally intersex. Yes, they never. They just leave them. And then the child grows up and is actually an intersex person. But externally he's not. So when you get an identity card, you are a man, but actually you're a woman. So what type of system is that? I would call that a translucent system, whereby some things are known, but other things are not known. Then the transparent system is whereby when the child is born, they will know everything, and they'll even look at his internal structure and know this child has internal organs of a woman or a female, even though he's a boy, and they will and write it down that this is an internally intersex man or internally intersex woman, meaning externally she's a woman, but internally she's a man, because she also has a testis. And this is what happened especially in Africa, because all third world countries where children are born and they do not even do ultrasound, they don't check the child, they don't do x-rays, the child is just born and you actually have an intersex child. He's entirely intersex and you have him with you. You don't know. You just know you had a girl. But it's actually the girl grows up. And the beauty of internal intersexuality is that it comes out in the open. Yes, for some of them, not everyone. That's the problem you need to understand. The issue is that some people, their intersexuality comes out very clearly. For others, it doesn't come out very clearly. But they are still intersex. Just because it's not clear doesn't mean they're not intersex. They are. When you do the search, you'll say, oh my God, this is an intersex person. So that's what you need to understand about identity. It's very complicated. And it's getting complicated because knowledge is getting complicated. We're knowing more. So the more we are knowing, the more problems we are having. Yes, and so you have to be very prepared to be solving problems. Yes, I know people get tired solving problems, but that's life. That's where we are headed. It's the reality of life. So now, then we have the opaque system. This is a system whereby you don't know a person. So there are some human beings who exist and nobody knows them. No data. You don't know whether they are male or female. You don't know. They don't have an identity card. But they are citizens of that country by virtue of being born there. So you see the diversity of systems, identity systems we have. We have opaque systems. We have the transparent. And majority of the systems in the world are opaque. Especially the third world, majority are opaque. You know what opaque means? Light cannot pass through. That is where the world is, and that's why it's very problematic. And now the question is how to change a system to be either translucent or opaque or transparent. I think the best way to do for opaque systems, if you want to make more light to go into them, meaning more truth, or to get more truth, more light, more knowledge, you have to what do you call it? You rather gradually change the system instead of radically change the system very fast and make it transparent. Like you can't make a country very transparent all of a sudden. It's very hard because people are skeptical, and change, fast change is very detrimental to a person. In fact, gradual change is the easiest way to finish to change a person. The way they kill the frog, they just put the fire slowly and it was cooked because it started when the pan was cold, but now the fire increased. But imagine you put a frog on hot water, it will just jump. On a hot pan, it will just jump. So that's what you need to understand about that, about life and the systems. That's how they're trying to change the systems of the world. There are many ways of doing it. But the question comes about opacity. And therefore, what we are seeing, the world is going to a transparent system. And that's what I can predict. The world is headed for transparency. Is going to be for a transparent system. What do I mean by, and I prefer transparency. Out. So if you are out sexually, congratulations. Congratulations. You are out. You are transparent. You've told people I'm gay, I'm bisexual, I'm transgender, I'm pansexual, I'm intersex, I'm pansexual, I'm an ally, I'm asexual. Congratulations, you are out. You are transparent. Now, the catch is people think that no, some people can lie about their sexuality. And I said, no, you can't really. You can't lie. Reason being, it's obvious. You will be questioned. And From the answers you'll give, people will know you are lying or saying the truth. It's as simple as that. You'll be questioned. Questioning, inquisition, inquiry, all of those, asking people questions. That's why in the courtroom, why do they ask you questions? Is to find out the truth. You said you're this. Okay, we are going to ask you a question. How does this happen? How does this happen? How does this happen? If you answer uh, wrongly, the person says then you're lying, because people who do this, they do that. Or people, but then the problem is, again, and this is the problem we're having with the truth system and the versus the deceit system, is that language is so inefficient in finding out the truth. That's why I even question the so-called judgment seat of God, that God is going to judge people. What language is he going to use? What is going to happen to the illiterate person who dies and goes for judgment? How will God judge that person? You know? And he needs to explain himself. You see, in the Bible, there is no explanation. In judgment, the problem of judgment, you are just judged. You don't even, there is no due process. You see? So it's better to be in the world than going to heaven to be judged, because in heaven, there's no due process. They just say, you are a thief. You're going to hell. I was like, what? When did I steal? You see? That's the that's the thing. It's so funny. When did you steal? And how is it that my stealing is taking me to hell just like that? I mean, and you've said Jesus died for my sins, meaning he even died for your theft. Yes. If you look at Christianity, in fact, it's the best religion. Yes. Theologically speaking, it has solved human nature. First of all, it knows humans are gone, morally gone. You cannot make a human do good. So Jesus died for the humans, so that he's the one who paid. So what does that mean? If Jesus paid for all our crimes and sins, we are all going to heaven. It's as simple as that. Yes, he paid for you. Even the sin you'll commit today, he paid it. It's on his head. He took it. He died. That's why he was the lamb. But anyway, we'll talk about that in the theological channel, not today. So it's just what I'm just trying to say is that because of that, you see, that's why people find it very hard when someone says he's out and he's like this, they don't understand the person. They ask questions and they think the person is lying. He's not lying. At least for me. Personally, how I deal with it, I don't disturb people. If you tell me you're gay, I'll just say, okay, fine, you're gay. I'll ask you a few questions and I will know. There are just few questions. Few. Very few. And I will know within a short time whether you're lying or not. And besides, I always tell people it's very hard to lie about your sex, especially LGBT sexuality, because people don't want to be known that they're LGBTQ. They would rather lie to be straight. Yes. I remember when I was a kid, the girl just told me you're gay, and I said, no, I'm not. And I was. Why? Because I knew it's not nice when somebody says you're gay. I mean, how many basketballers are in court in trouble, sportsmen, for calling somebody gay? Why? It's seen as an offensive term. That's what you need to understand. So anyway, so this is where we are in the world, and we don't know whether we're going to come to the transparency system, being open. Must we be open about everything? Must we be open about whom you have sex with? You see, this is we are living. George Orwell's totalitarian state is beginning to become real. They want to know even whom you have sex with. It's that becoming that transparent. Yes. That's why marriage is a transparent system. Do you know why gay marriage is allowed? They want to know whom you're having sex with and you're living with as a same-sex couple. Yes, it's to collect data. Because governments are run on data. Because money is data. If you don't have data and you throw money into a pool where you don't know the data, you are wasting money. It's gone. Don't cry. Like I always tell African countries and governments, don't cry when you lose money. You are throwing it into something you don't even know. You've not even done any study. You don't know how many people are there. You don't know how many workers are there, and then you've thrown money. It's corruption. It will be there. Why are you crying that there's corruption? You see, when HIV numbers are high, you don't even know how many people are married in the country. You don't know. You see, so data is everything. And data driven economies are the new economies. But the problem are data driven. And what is data? Knowledge. And what is knowledge? Light. And what is light? Transparency. Because light shows you everything of something. You know why the human body, do you know we are still, even as I'm like this, even if I become naked right now and I remove my clothes, I'm still lying. Because you don't know what is inside me. The internally, leave alone the so-called, you don't know what's in my heart, you know how my heart looks. No, no, no. I'm talking about internal organs. You don't know. You don't know whether my liver is yellow. You don't know whether I have blue blood or a black blood. You don't know. It's hidden. So that's deception. We are still in deception. So truth or light is to even know inside and to know here. Can I even tell you what is working? I mean, flowing here right now? I feel something flowing, but I don't know what it is. That not knowing is having no truth. Is in darkness. That's what you need to understand. So you have to know that there are certain things about humans. So what does this mean? We live in a translucent system. Yes, naturally the world is translucent, whereby the things that can be seen openly, yes, we know. The things that we can't see, we don't bother knowing. So that's why it's a translucent system. But now with AI and technology, they want us to go to a transparent system. Have you seen these body scanners whereby they even can see, they know what is hidden inside? Yes, that's where we're going. And then very soon, we are in the transhuman. I'm reading a lot about transhumanism, and it's very powerful. The combination of science and religion, modern knowledge and ancient knowledge, because religion is ancient knowledge and science is modern knowledge. So transhumanists are people who combine both modern and ancient knowledge together to modernize the world. And so there's this belief now we're going to have computerized humans. You are a robot, and you can eye lens. You can get an eye lens that can even see through somebody's body. Yes, inside. You can just see somebody, hey, I can see your ovary there. I'm like, what? Yes, and I can see, oh my, now look, the egg is flowing. Oh, you're going to go, oh my, you're going to shed the egg. It's coming right now. I can see it. Because they are wearing a lens that can even see your internal body organs. That's where we're going as human beings because of technology. It's beautiful. So what does this mean? And everybody, at first, few people will be wearing those eye lenses, like the way Google Glass came and disappeared. And then in 30 years, everybody will now have the eye lens to look at everyone. We're going to live in a very scientific world. People will be cyborgs. They'll just be, And then what about hearing? You'll have a hearing aid that is so powerful, like a dog. Dogs are very good at hearing. So powerful. You can even hear the slightest sound. Dogs are going to be replaced very soon because of the technology we are having. Smell, sense of smell. You'll be able to smell that the guy who took something was smelling like this. Okay. Because you now have an artificial nose or a very powered nose that can smell. I'm telling you, right now, crime is reducing because of technology. Yes, CCTV cameras, and then now I'm telling you the cyborg eyesight, islands whereby somebody has swallowed some drugs, and then you just look and say, "Yeah, I can see. It's down there. It's going." hmm And they arrest you. And so you lie and say, "No, I don't have a drug inside." Look, open my mouth and see there's nothing, but it's actually here. And they arrest you. So that's where we are going to a transparent system, and the transparent system, and the translucent system is now becoming transparent, and the countries that have opaque systems are gradually becoming translucent, and then they will become transparent, and that is the world we're going to live in. We're going to live in a very technological world, and of course, countries that don't have enough electrical energy are not able to have a very strong translucent or transparent systems. But that's where we're all going. That's where Africa is going. So this is actually a video for Africa. That's where we're going. We are going to become more transparent, more translucent, but more transparent. Transparency is the real goal, not translucency. And for the West, they are already in the transparent system. That's why gay marriage is allowed, all of, gay adoption, because people they worry, like the one of the transgender bathroom, that trans women can rape girls in the toilet. These days now with the transparent system, it won't happen. I mean, even if it happens, you will come. The police will just be there. Pa, we know what you wanted to do. Why? Because you don't even need a camera in the restroom, in the washroom. You just need systems, sensors. That's what's even happening. Even there was some lady who invented something that can sense rape happening in South Africa, and the women wear it. They just wear it, and then when rape time comes, that signal goes off, and the station that is reading the system reads and knows where the location of that person who is being raped, and the police is alerted. Within a short time, the rapist is caught. So it is because of the transparent system that is coming up. So I know we don't like change, but that's what's going to happen to the world. And the world is changing. That's why it's a new order, new world order. Yes, I know people, when they hear that, they want to collapse. But why are you not collapsing when you hear the New Testament? And you love the New Testament more than the Old Testament. Yes, the New Testament is, there's not, the only difference between New Testament and the New World Order is the Testament and World Order. But the commonality is new, and that's what matters. All right, guys, enough I've said. Uh, digest on this, and we'll see you next time.